Hello, comrades. It's another sunny day, another happy day in the United Kingdom. Um, it's what is it today? Just look at my phone. Hang on. I have no idea what it is today. It's the 13th of June 2019, and I'm almost speechless, to be honest. You know, I've been trying to steer clear of local and political news and news of infighting and the bloody Tories and their sodding leadership, Theresa and all this crap, which is totally irrelevant to most of our lives, my life and your life, other than the fact that whoever's Tory leader, as long as the Tories are around, as long as you have Tories in government, you and me are going to get absolutely, I was going to use a swear word then, absolutely, you know what. Because what they do, they hate poor people. Hate poor people. Because don't forget, these are the people that set up a party, or their ancestors did, what? About 200 years ago? Yeah, about 200 years ago. 1820s, was it? 1830s? Because they were landowners. And people like you and me, who weren't rich like them, as they still are, worked for them. We were their, their serfs. And that's still how they view us. We're their chattel, Nothing's changed, And today, I've had a terror. Since the last video, I've had a bloody awful time, frankly. Killing myself, despite the fact that I'm ill. Frankly, I can't take any more, to be honest. Killing myself, trying to get the basic stuff for the people that I'm representing who are in the most desperate need, and it's been like just an impossible battle, absolutely impossible. It's taken me the best part of a working week, to get one person some food she can eat. Now there's two major food banks in this town. One of them's a religious organisation, and one of them's funded by the council, and they've both run out of food. That's not their fault, The demand's so high, that's going to happen, and it does happen sometimes. Which has meant for the second time in a row, even though I can't afford it, my family can't afford it, I can't leave this person without food. So a family member of mine has very kindly gone out and bought bags of shopping for this person, even though she can't afford it to do this herself. And then I, despite being ill, so I should be in bed, I've had to take a taxi for the second time to deliver it to her, and all this sort of stuff, which has just been the final straw for my health, to be honest. And all the worry and trying to arrange it and sort it out. Oh, sorry, I didn't take it to. No, sorry. So this is how I'm mentally gone, I'm afraid. Just done in. I didn't have to take a taxi this time, but it looked like I was going to have to pay for one, or this person was. I haven't got the money to pay for it. I haven't got the money to buy a can of bleeding Coke for it, But this person, this family member, was very generously going to do that, and they've already done it before. But thankfully, one of my friends stepped in and gave me a lift when he got back from work, which was very nice of him. Really, really nice of him. I can't thank him enough. And lots of friends offered to do what they could. So anyway, we eventually got the food too and stuff like that. But it's just it's non-stop. I'm just, I feel like bursting into tears. I'm so exhausted. I'm so tired. I'm so mentally done in. Because at the same time as all that, there's multiple different things going on to do with council stuff. The same person I'm trying to help has got multiple problems, has done for months. So I'm the only person trying to help with it. It's been 6, 7 months now, just banging my head against a brick wall. It's done my health. All of it together has done my health. I'm not saying this person, everything together has just done my health, which was already bad anyway. And I'm just exhausted all the time. My breathing, which was a problem because of my heart problem, has just got, over the past week, has just got much, much worse. I can barely make it round the house, let alone out the house. So on top of all that, sorry, I'm having a moan here. So I don't like to moan, I know you all got your own problems. On top of all that, today I've in amongst all the sort of hail of emails I'm sending hither and thither to this person, I'm trying to arrange public meetings for this thing and this and that, and helping people again, with food, but all this sort of stuff, the usual stuff, which is just dizzying, to be honest. I don't know, I've forgotten how many people I've spoken to today, and it's only what 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock? Oh, sorry, only 4 o'clock. I just went on to the computer yet again. I spent my life on the computer. I went on the computer yet again to send another email, check the response to an email about a meeting I'm having to set up for local residents because nobody else is, as usual. And first thing that flashes up is, which I've desperately tried to avoid, was news about how Labour's just been defeated in the House of Commons, a motion to stop a hard Brexit or whatever. I don't even know about the motion, to be honest. I haven't had time to find out. Has been defeated. So I clicked on that just to find out what's going on, have interest. And it's Channel 4 News, but leading up to it was a whole big thing about the Tory leadership challenge and Boris Sodding Johnson launching his one and Sajid Javid launching his one, and I'm just thinking, all I've gone through this past week, I'm still going through now today and everything. I'm thinking about everybody else that's literally on their uppers, literally dying. Old people dying in their sodding, supposedly warden controlled flats and stuff, but obviously local authorities have withdrawn the wardens and withdrawn the support, and social services completely sodding collapse, just doesn't exist. Health services virtually collapsing in parts. I can't get any help that's useful help. I mean, I've had the Red Cross locally trying to help. They can't bleed and do anything really for some of the people I'm talking about and trying to help, because for various reasons, even though they've done their best, because there's not the supported organisations out there. And so I'm knowing all this, and I know I'm killing myself every single day. I'm killing myself, and I'm watching these rich, literally multi-millionaire Tory, pardon my language, overprivileged Tory scumbags sitting in a room down in Westminster, clapping each other, listening to each other's complete, again, pardon my French, bullshit about what a wonderful job they've been doing for the past decade, and how they're going to do it. How they're going to reconnect with young people and inspire people, and what was it? One nation conservatism, and no longer the nasty party. These are people that are still in these things, in these bloody interviews they give, and in either these sort of self-serving press conferences they're giving while they're running for the Tory leadership, are speaking to people in the rooms, other Tories, and themselves, constantly pretending, or believing. I don't know if they believe it or not. If they believe it, they're thicker than I thought they were. But actually saying to people there is absolutely no problem in the country. None of the stuff that I have to do every single bloody day, and you have to live through every day, and you have to struggle through, none of it's happening. We're all making it up. There's millions of fantasists like us strewn all over the country. Fantasist organisations, looking into child poverty, deaths on ESA, benefit claimant deaths, early deaths, all this sort of stuff. Deaths, mass poverty everywhere. Collapse of the NHS. But we're all fantasists. We're all making it up because according to them, according to the tossers, because one tosser is the same as another tosser, frankly. When we're going to the Tory leadership, they're just whichever one it's going to be. It's just going to spend the next weeks and months denying it ever happened. And while the country is burning, metaphorically burning, and we're all suffering and people are dying, the Tories are fiddling with themselves. Literally fiddling with themselves. And I've had enough. This is what makes me. I've snapped. I'm sorry, I've snapped. I've totally snapped. So that's another phone call for me now, so I'm going to have to go. So thanks for listening to Rambling, and I'll see you next time. I'm back. I'm back. That was a typical case in point. I just don't get 5 minutes. I don't get 5 minutes. I go at some minutes, I usually don't get any sort of time to sit down and think until about 4 in the afternoon. So sort of a window sort of 4 to 6 maybe. And obviously lately not being so well, I'm thinking, oh God, a chance to just get some peace and perhaps a 5 to 10 minute power nap, which I really need. And every time I sort of come up to me room for a bit of peace and a power nap, I just guarantee the phone goes. It's the house phone now. Says I don't know why, because I haven't given out the house phone number for years. I give out. I've lost count how many business cards I've sort of printed off. Probably 2 years ago. I hand out with my mobile phone. No one phones my mobile bloody phone. So every time up and down, and my poor family's handing the phone to me anyway. That was that was someone who's got a problem with something, which is fine. I don't mind helping. It's not a life or death sort of thing, but it's the sort of stuff you get when you're counsellor. And the person's not in my ward. This is something else. It's not only people in my ward that I get contacted by. Actually, very often it's people in other people's wards, other councillors' wards, who can't or don't, for whatever reason, don't get anything from their councillor or don't get what they need from their councillor, so they contact me, which is, very nice of them that they've got, putting their trust in me, because it adds to the workload. So the MP here, like most MPs, and the Assembly member in Wales, that's like a Welsh MP sort of thing in Wales for the devolved government. If you're not in Wales, they have a staff of people to handle the calls, to note down the meeting times, all that sort of stuff. I don't. It's just me. It's just me, and I need a staff because it just doesn't stop. Doesn't stop. And I'm not going to say no to anybody. I'm not going to tell anybody I can't do something else to go away, because that's not what I'm like, and I don't feel that's how you should be if you're an elected representative, So I'm doing my best, but I'm afraid my best is not soon will not be starting to cut it. I'm desperately trying to think of other organisations or people to sort of delegate to if possible. But again, they're not really there. And it's I'm sure you feel the same. You start to feel like, you think, am I the one that's have I gone a bit funny in the head or something? Have I gone a bit weird? Is it, am I the fantasist? Because all I keep hearing from the powers that be in councils and the government and the Tories particularly and the media, you know, the friends of the Tories on the whole, is that there's nothing to see here and there are no problems and there are no issues because they're just not reported. You know, they're just not. You know, when was the last time you saw some of the stuff I talk about on here, and you have to go through front page news on the papers or uh, top of the or in any other sort of evening news programs? They're just not. They're not. You know, so it's not easy if we're lied to, apart from by Tory ministers when they say there's no problem. There's, you know, everything's rosy and fine and lovely. Because they would say that because it's like a, you know, it's like a murderer saying I didn't do it. You know, or a criminal saying I didn't do it. You know, they're criminals. You know. Rats hopefully jumping ship would be good, but anyway, but the media's even worse because they cover for them, you know, and they don't. That's what I mean. It's not so much they lie for them, but they omit. They omit, which means they leave out what's actually happening. They just don't ever talk about it. They don't ever reference it. I think it was 2013 when I was writing my dissertation while coming to the end of law school in Bag University, and I'd noticed that the Tories, along with the Lib Dems, because they're in coalition, were about to scrap legal aid for most cases and most people, and obviously that's a huge problem because what it means is effectively that you don't have someone like me and you doesn't have the money to pay for lawyers, don't have redress when it comes to fighting the government on certain things, you know, or taking them to court on certain things, abuses of power, and they did it, and not even many people that I was on the law degree with me knew, because most of the people on the law degree with me were from well-to-do families from all over Europe, you know, so legal aid wouldn't have affected them. So I wrote the whole dissertation on it, but I couldn't find a reference anywhere in the media, anywhere. I think I found a very short piece that just about touched on it. I think on a BBC News programme or a Newsnight programme, something like that. But that was it. That was literally it. So that's what happens. You just don't talk about it. So yeah, you do start to wonder: is it me that's fantasising, or is this really what's going on? You know. But it certainly is. So I don't mean to sound depressed. I'm tired. I'm really, really tired. I'm not depressed. I'm just tired. I'm not very well. I couldn't even put the bins out this week on Monday. Monday gone, and I couldn't get the bins in. I was so so weak. It was pathetic. So I've tried to spend yesterday and today recouping a bit. But today we've got my little nephew who's coming up to 4. He'll be starting school this year, September. Who's a little sweetheart, but yeah, Uncle James isn't. Uncle James isn't up to it today. Bless him. Funnily enough, many years ago, I used to be I trained for a year and a half or more, maybe, as a rare thing, a male nursery nurse, and did all my training in a nursery, very posh nursery actually, called a Montessori nursery, and then went to work in a creche, and it was wonderful. One of the best jobs I've ever done, to be honest. Really liked it, but it was one of the toughest, physically toughest jobs I've ever done. I've done most things, but it was I lost probably half my body weight in about 3 or 4 months, because you don't stop. You know, you're going in the morning to. I was always in the 18 months to sort of 3 years runs, so the toddlers really. So you're walking into sort of like a room full of 18 to 20 toddlers in the morning, which is a bit of a shock to the system for the first 3 or 4 months. We try to get used to it. I mean, just trying to remember all the kids' names with my memory was hell. To be honest, I took must have taken 5 months altogether to try and remember everybody's names. But it was a fantastic job. If you're a fellow like me and you enjoy sort of education and you enjoy sort of moulding minds and seeing young people develop and things, it's great. It's a fantastic job, really is. But it's really bloody hard, really hard. And yeah, it's funny how I wanted to go on from that to become a primary school teacher actually, but it just never seemed to work out. And the irony is now, since the last video again, of my application for doctoral research at Bangor, a PhD research, has been accepted. So that'll be starting in September. So I need to get over this heart problem, hopefully, which will hopefully be sorted by then. Hopefully I can get some energy back and things will have calmed down slightly. Hopefully we'll have a general election around then and get these criminal, murderous, lying Tory, pardon my French, bastards out. Can I add to that? Thieving Tory bastards out. And some a Labour government with a bit more of a heart in would be nice to rebuild our social services and NHS and renationalise what they've, or at least stop the sell-off of the country. Would be nice, really, wouldn't it? For all of us, especially at the bottom. So, fingers crossed to that. And, here's wishing and hoping. So, yeah, it's June now. Well, June, July, was 2 or so months till I start, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be hard work. I'm looking forward to it. It's something to aim for, rather than just sort of floundering about and trying to keep well, which is hard to do sometimes if you whatever you do really. But anyway, I'm going to have a nice lie down now and hope the phone doesn't go. So thanks for listening and see you next time. And ciao from Che. Oh, I pressed it.